the landscape a little bit here as we get one last look at the lineups. Whole lot of Revitalize for both sides. Expected, but we'll see which team is able to go ahead and execute the composition better. Again, it's the second matchup for our triple header today. Is it going to be Onic Philippines or Smart Omega, the Barangay, looking to go ahead and build up momentum at almost nearly the midway point of the season?
All right,
welcome to Mobile Legends.
The return of the killing spree in King Kong's hands. I know we're yet to like pull up the entire emblem combinations, but this is already one thing you definitely want to look out for, since the adjustments made on the killing spree are pretty much very beneficial for all those skirmishes that'll happen later on. You get to activate the killing spree, you get to trigger it with just attacking heroes less than 30 HP. So that's a lot more room for King Kong to operate just like that.
There you go. That's the King Kong we know and love. Get into the fight earlier and better, play better compared to the opposing team.
I think that was exactly what we were talking about, Brick. And the fact that you have some of that early pressure damage and then you have a killing spree, Kirk could be in trouble.
Let's bring back the 8-minute games, right? So now it's going to be Kirk getting chased off by Andoryu here. And don't forget, they also got the purple of Omega here, so that's already a huge advantage.
Yeah, if he did not press that, he would have gotten past the wall.
100%. I mean, I tried not to, highlight that, but yes.
There's the emblem breakdown.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed it.
That was so quick.
But I feel like you somehow got to see a glimpse of it anyway.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
It really was the killing spree, which is pretty much the highlight of what we're seeing in the emblems so far. But for the rest, I think they're pretty much going with the same. Even for Okir, picking up what Super Friends initially introduced in the international scene, the Brave Smite Luyi.
Yeah, and I think part of this too, Brusco going forward.
Flicker already used up, and Andoryu is in trouble here. He can't even reach level 4 yet, bro. And now it's gonna be him, King Kong, and Brusco and Super Friends just boxing him out of this turtle.
Imagine King Kong being so active in the early game, getting 2 minutes getting 2 kills in 2 minutes, and not having to worry about Omega being able to contest whatsoever. Yeah. And now Brusco again.
Oh no, he's so gapped. Oh!
Nice throw here to the straight to the beast here. I don't know if Luis can hold on. He better make a beeline for the base, but he can't. That's Kirk and Super Friends up on front. Oh my goodness, Onic is so scary right now. They are so mad.
Oh, what?
Okay, all that, and Doryu does get his orange buff at least, but man, he's so far behind already.
I know. If he did not get his hands on that orange buff, he still probably wouldn't have had his ultimate.
True.
If he did get the energy or the electrifying beats, though, that probably would have been a punish for Super Friends. But the mere fact that he didn't have it and that Onic was just so aggressive, they really know how to play around this advantage that they currently have.
It's so scary. King Kong feels like he's like an enraged beast or something, right? He's so scared right now. Super Yoshi can be able to make it out, but not really. Super Friends chases with a passive. And now, not just Super Friends, not just King Kong, by the way, every single one from Onic just is out for blood.
This is a very early start already in game one. You know, you're 3.5 minutes in, you're 3K ahead, you're just massively ahead of the opposing jungler if you're Onic Philippines here. You know, level 7, nearly 8 to his 5, almost 6. And as long as they maintain that lead with King Kong in the jungle, Onic Philippines' early game is at least going to be under control here. So if you're Omega, how do you stop it from getting out of control? You're already facing that 3K deficit.
It's a tough one.
You almost have to be like, well, how can we utilize the Luyi? Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness.
Never mind! You can't utilize her like that! Jeez!
How do you utilize someone who's dead?
How do you play when you can't even flicker?
Yeah, you could probably argue that they have the potential to go for the surprise attacks and pickoffs, since at least for now, pickoffs could be the go-to for Smart Omega. But now that Onic are just so focused on doing all these 3-man, 4-man rotations, it's hard to actually get a pickoff, especially when you also want to contest and at least fight back.
I don't know. There is just no fighting back here for Omega, though, right? It feels like when they do try to fight back, they get slapped in the hand, not in the bump. Right now, shoot, Luis gonna get thrown off. Ejector is used up, and the Revitalize, but Kirk doesn't really care. They're up on front. They are ready to go for the fights. Andoryu, you can't even draw Attribution. His level's so low. Here's the jump. Not gonna be hitting anything. Kellerat is already in the mid. Look at this. Onic is just so scary right now. Super Vince, another kill. Wants to make more happen. Not really gonna be able to make much, but Omega is running out. They're bleeding. They're running. They are hiding, guys.
That was a flicker. Mid-feathered airstrike by Super Friends. They just knew that they were that much ahead and they had nothing to fear, taking the tier 1 mid lane turret in less than 5 minutes too. So now you could definitely say that Onic have snowballed in this game, and Smart Omega just really have to focus on farming. That's what they are required to actually do at this point, to catch up and somehow find a way to fight back later on. But for now, that seems like something they cannot afford to do just yet.
Yeah, right now they might try to make a play here on the bottom side. There's diversion.
Big diversion. I think they tried to go for the Brusco pincer, but I believe they're going to get it. The tower is going to be doing a lot of damage, though. And there it goes. Jome going to be punished here. Keller 1v1. He takes him out. Super Yoshi's close by, but no one with damage is going to be able to support him. And there you go. Super Fence cleans up that kill. While Andori is up on the side, he's trying to get as much as he can while all of this happening.
Man, that, like, it was almost like a Hail Mary. It's like, let's use the diversion and try to, you know, sandwich play Onic pressuring that tier 1. They might have gotten 1 kill, but then it just kind of fell apart from there. And it's showcasing how far behind they are in terms of the itemization, because when they do take those battles, I mean, they're just kind of overpowered right now.
Yeah, there was a clear intention from Smart Omega, but probably the next time they do want to go for that kind of attempt, it's when they actually have enough information, or at least some sort of information, because at the time I believe they had none and they just decided to go for some sort of surprise play from behind against Keller without knowing where the rest of Onic Philippines were, and they were also having the exact same plan in mind, because technically you would zone for your gold laner if he's left alone just to take the turrets, but oh wait!
This is what you're talking about, right? Where's the info? Super Yoshi, they're the ones who actually got caught by surprise here. Andoryu, where are you going? Sit down, says Kirk. But no damage following up means he's going to be able to walk away. But look at that, because of all these movements, it's Onic once more with the turtle.
Okay, so again, they'll use diversion. They try to make a play, but it gets spotted out. And then all the meanwhile, that's 3 for 3 now. Objectively, for Turtles, for Onic Philippines, they're also going to go ahead and grab the tier 1 now on the top side. So even when it comes to space around the map, they have a huge advantage. Again, the jungle difference right now is 2,000+ gold. And same about in the mid lane too. So Andoryu, you know, for the most part, it's like he can't really even contest against the objectives. He's kind of just scrambling around the map, getting what he can, because that is one of the advantages about a Joy. You can usually escape, even if it's multiple members after you. So you just try to catch up and put yourself in a position where, okay, if the Lord does come up, are we actually able to go ahead and give it a try to maybe catch Onic Philippines on a surprise?
And this kind of situation also makes the entire temporal reign sort of useless for Andoryu as well, because they can't really decide to pick a fight, and whenever they do, Onic is just way too ahead. They don't necessarily get anything out of those fights, and not until the point wherein we actually get to see Smart Omega fight back, then they could probably make some sort of play to turn things around considering this, but up until that moment, they can rely on so little to make things happen.
Oh, Brusco, he pops the conceal.
Already used up the conceal. Kirk is close by. Super Yoshi, nice kick, wave the dragon back to the tower. But again, no one really there to kind of follow up. Luis,
meanwhile,
absorbing so much damage from Keller, gets blown up with a single Look at King Kong going up for the 1v2 and still gets that kill as well.
Man, we missed some of that. I know they were fighting and just having that jungler battle there, but then King Kong ends up getting a kill too. And
Kirk didn't have to worry about the turret shots either. He was just there to tank everything up, and Omega to this point have only gotten a single kill away from Onic Philippines, who are on their way to getting the Lord. But the diversion play wouldn't necessarily be towards the Lord to contest. It's just to really make something out of this entire situation that they're in.
It's so hard for them to make anything out of this situation because you need some sort of firepower, right? It's less about positioning now, more of like, you don't have the tools to fight.
Yeah, it's better that they just go ahead and try to get what they can across the map because
just build up your sword,
yeah,
right?
when you're this far behind, you might as well say, all right, let's just go ahead and our game plan is going to be just defend against this first Lord push, and maybe our chances are better that way instead of going and actually trying to contest because you're talking about an 8,000 gold deficit. And your jungler as well, trying to just kind of catch up here. So you have to start to look, are our damage dealers actually capable of winning some of the fight? And, you know, honestly, for Jome right now and Okir, that they're not really in that position. So even this base defense is going to be tough, and they might even lose all base turrets depending on how they manage this.
Yeah, not yet. Not yet for Smart Omega. That's on a almost 8K gold lead in Onic's hands. And Jome, as much as he already has the items,
Oh, Conceal already used up, and it looks like Okir is the target. Flicker out just to make sure you're alive, but look at that kick. Beautiful kick to Super Prince. Actually forces the wings by wings, but the front line damage is way too much for Onic. Look at that, was Lord still alive? Here comes the jump! What a beautiful AOG! And that's gonna going for game number 1.
An 11-minute victory for Onic Philippines. This was